Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kwadash, the bonus and salutations to the elders and apostles of Greatness doing real well, and the Akim pushing the words of Yahushai on the highways and byways, preaching the gospel and prophecies in sincerity and truth. Brother Menashe DC Camp just got another quick lesson to share with the Akim 35 to hopefully elect, concerning the confusion of faces and knowing who the Israelites are according to the Spirit. Alright, so it's a beautiful thing, man, that you see the Lord Yahweh Shai showing exactly what He's been up to all this time, letting us know that you don't have to physically look like an Israelite to be called an Israelite, because Israelites come in all shades and colors, alright? And our people, we've been spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, and now we're preaching the gospel, and a lot of people are beginning to get it, all right? And the scripture talks about the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we're the children of the Most High. So an Israelite will always be an Israelite. It doesn't matter what they look like, and that's what the Lord Yahweh Shai has put in place. So I got a quick excerpt here from the Guardian newspaper. So it has a video of a so-called white woman, whether she's white, whether she's a Jake, it doesn't make a difference. It's just to prove that the Lord Yahweh Shai has mingled our people among the nations, and the nations have mingled their seed among our people.
With a lot of the people that lives out here, you probably wouldn't take them to be black people. You might not look black, but you got the black blood into you.
Yeah, she sounds just like my mom. She doesn't have that so-called Nigerian accent.
Well, my name is Roberta Jeanette Orler, but I go by Bird for a nickname. I've lived here all my life. On my job that I had worked at, they took me to be white. And my best friend, she took me to be white. She was shocked when I told her I'm not white. I am black. I am a black person. And it was, well, you're not that. You think you are. No, I know I am. I was raised that way. But I was also raised, as Mom would say, it doesn't matter what color your skin is. We all serve one God. Now, as you know, this is my home. Over here is my daughter's home, Jessica. Everybody else in here, we're all kinfolks. That's how this community got to be mixed with white and black. It was from the black children. Our children going out marrying white and bringing them in. A lot of them was as light as I am, but we still said we were black. And then we had some real dark ones, but that's okay. They were black, we were black. So that's how this all got started.
And that's what you see in there, the mixture of Jacob and Esau, Israel and Edom, the mixing of the people. So the Most High is just letting us know, man, that prophecy, took place where our people got spread out throughout the four corners of the earth. Our people look like the other nations, so it's going to be hard for our people to tell who's who. Alright, so all you can do is just leave it to the Lord Yahweh Shai to distinguish who an Israelite is, but at the same time, you still got to try the Spirit by the Spirit, alright, with the Holy Scriptures. That's how, the Most High makes it evident.
My grandma, she was half Turk, half black. My grandpa was a white man. My mom registered me as black. My mom she wasn't as fair complected as I am. She was a light tan brown. My dad, he has German, Irish, white. Well, his mother was a white woman. His dad was a colored man. And then as I grew older and I got married and I had my children, I registered my children as black.
I have found that stone that was
most of them in this area goes as black. We've got maybe 2, 3 families that consider themselves being white. But the rest of us in here, we consider ourselves being black.
You know this country is prejudiced, always have been, and it never will grow out of it. I was in the service in '66. Yeah, I circled black, Negro. He said, you can't circle that. I said, that's what I am. Well, he kind of smiled, and he said, circle this. I said, okay, which meant Caucasian. I didn't show my color, but I know what I was. And I ain't gonna tell you my race. My mom raised me as Negroes. Oh, I had a lot of people ask me, say, why did your mom raise you as a Negro? I said, that's what I am. They said, yeah, but you don't show it. I said, it's gonna come a time where white won't accept you and the Negroes will accept you. I said, I'll wait it out.
And that's the point right there, you gotta endure until the end, all right? So I get a quick precept here from the book of Matthew chapter 13, and you go all the way to verse 24. All right, it says, another parable put he forth unto them, that's Yahushua, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in the field. All right, but when men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. So that goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy. How our people became estranged from the Lord Yahweh Shah and allowed the other nations, especially the Edomites, to mingle their seed among our people. So that's a good example we have in the video. And then it says in verse 26, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household, that's the men of the Lord, came and said unto him, Sir, did not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had it tares? So we as men of the Lord, man, we're going to see Jakes that look like Edomites and Edomites that look like Jake. All right, so the Lord Yahweh Shema will just have to allow us to keep preaching the gospel. Whoever the Lord reveals is going to be, is an Israelite, will be revealed. The rest is just, let the angels sort it out, according to the will of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Because it's all part of prophecy. Certain things that we are limited to doing. All right, so we don't have that power to be deciding who's an Israelite and who's not. It's all from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai that we're able to discern and make that judgment. All right. 28 says, he said unto them, an enemy had done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. All right, so it tells there are levels. There are levels to this. All right, there are levels to responsibilities. Because we're still in this flesh, we don't have that capability. We still have that mind block of dealing with Esau's system. All right, and it's just gotta be spiritual. You gotta have that spiritual discernment on a higher level as that of the angels to be able to make that type of decision. All right, so it says, let both grow together until the harvest. All right, and at the time of the harvest, I will say all to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. All right, so the reapers are the specialists, man. They know exactly, what they're looking for. They got the goods. They got that. They got the mojo to decide what is and what is not. So we just gotta pray in these last days, man, that we have that mark of exemption, to differentiate us from the tares. Alright, so we gotta pray for mercy in these last days, man, that we're found worthy, to receive salvation. And if you look at the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 11. So it says, "For I am with thee, said the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee." Alright, so we've been spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Alright, so that's the point, So we've been scattered, and now we're going through the chastisement, the correction, and then we'll be delivered. And that's the point. All right. And the last precept I would like to bring out will be from the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 9. And you just look at that, man. It says, "After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne, before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands." All right, so that's our people, man. Being brought out of these nations, being sifted out. All right, and cry with a loud voice, saying, "Salvation to our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem Kwakodash, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb, Yahweh Shai." So that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing that we're looking forward to, deliverance. Alright, because there's so many of these stories. Among the Moabites, you have a version of this. Among the Hamites, you have a version of this. Among the Ishmaelites, you have the version of this. Among Japheth, you have a version of this. So Israel being mixed with the heathen, and the heathen mixing with Israel. So you just gotta see it for what it is. It's all prophecy fulfilling itself.
What you can do?
He'll shout the victories. He'll break through the blue.
Yes.
Some golden daybreak for me and for you.
Amen.
Growing up, I was always taught that I was black. I started into school and didn't really think much about it until I got into the elementary. I'm going to say around about 3rd or 4th grade. That's when I started noticing a difference. I started noticing I was being taught I was black, but I didn't look black. Other children didn't view me as black. Even some of those other kids made fun of me because, why are you saying you're black when you're white? It wasn't until I reached about junior high, and then I realized I'm white. That is what I am. Yes, I know I was raised black and was told I was black, but I am white. What black person has blonde hair, blue eyes, and fair complected and
Yeah, I'm only shaking the head. The grandma, whatever it is, it's these last days, man. You just gotta let the Lord take care of business.
hardly tan besides burning. I'm white.
You don't have to look black to be black. I know she don't look black, but she has got black in her. She's right. She's got a lot of different kind in her. But I am her mother. I stand on the black.
Well, she could say whatever she got to say, but it all comes back to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. As long as we know what the ethnicity of the father is, you could determine whether the child is an Israelite or not. So that's the point. All right. So it's always gonna be a great thing for our people to just let the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai handle it. So it's gonna be excellent in these last days to see the Israelites coming forward, preaching the gospel on the highways and byways. See the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai shining upon them. They're preaching the gospel in boldness and sincerity. All right, and that's what we're we're gonna see very soon, man. When all hell breaks loose, you're gonna see that vibration of who's Israel and who's not. It's gonna start manifesting itself heavily.
She did not stand. Only for so long of a time she stood as for black. When she got into school, into Waverly School, she let the people in Waverly change her thinking, her feeling. I didn't. I still stood for what I was, what my mother told me I was. I didn't care what I had to go through. I still stood for it.
When I finally made the decision to go as white, I did feel guilty about it. It did, in a way, break my heart. It's nothing against my family, and it doesn't mean that I don't like black people.
Yeah, just like, Mama's right, damn, about to put a hand on this girl. But it is what it is, But at the end of the day, the mom is not really in a position to decide whether she's so-called black or white. Just let the Lord handle that. So it's a spiritual journey. You gotta remain spiritual until the end.
Or love black people or care for black people. I do. And like I told her, I can't be racist, and I know that, and I would never want to be, even if I chose to be. I couldn't. I don't want that for myself or for my children.
You're never going to get to the top of that mountain, I'm telling you. The black blood in you is going to stay there. And whether you want to accept it or not, there is going to be people to pick it out of you, whether you mention East Jackson or not.
Yep. And that's the point there. You just gotta see it for what it is, man. So I just say Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakwadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Group Stone Rule Well. It's gonna be beautiful to accept the gospel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and the mysteries, the prophecies that He's put forth. So I can just, keep your eyes open, man, for these prophecies, man. They can heat you up at any time, and then you have to look into it. All right, Shalom.